believe the online Japanese grinder that is fairly well known, named Arizier, is the one who built it and piloted it. That may not be correct information, but I'm sure it is. Um, can't pronounce his real name. I am not going to try. I apologize. It is on MTG Goldfish if you'd like to go read it. But this deck doesn't remotely pass my eye test. But it looked fun, and he absolutely slayed with it in the event. So I figure we'll give it a try. We've done well lately, so we're allowed to spew. But not only that, is just because it doesn't pass my eye test doesn't mean I'm right. I've obviously played 0 games with it because I'm too sexy to practice. Too sexy to practice, so sexy that I won't practice because it hurts. Said right, said Fred, which is far too dated of a reference for anybody who watches my stream to understand or get. That's fine. I am a boomer. Leave me alone. Well, that opponent saved themselves from certain doom. Thank you, Anaref, for the 28-month sub. Appreciate it. At Amazon Primarino. Bring me a victim. Come on. I've ran out of things to say. This thing's got an annul in it. I don't know what I think about an annul. Yeah, well, we're going to play first, because playing first is, better than not. Wow. So I have a leyline anticipation and about 1,000,000 lands, and no interaction whatsoever. So, let's just go ahead and ship it. Alright, whatever. This hand's better than the last one. I do not think Devotion style decks mulligan particularly well, because you obviously need a fair mix of spells and lands to do anything. That being said, I probably could have mulliganed 5. So I'm not going to use the Trickster to tap that down, and I'm not going to block here. And to be completely honest, thought that was a watery grave. Don't tell nobody. So we get Thought Seized, I'm going to whine. Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee. Yeah. Whining has been done. So I guess drawing another Gadwick's probably my best draw. Oh, well. Lovely. Fervently punished for my mistake. And now we have that watery grave that we thought we had earlier. Well, this is going lovely. My opponent's taking a while for some reason. Yep. All signs point to this isn't good for me. They'll probably even have a fatal push or whatever for my first first spell. Maybe we can draw a Gaddick on our next draw step and be okay. We'll draw 3 cards with it, even if they kill it. And a card for our turn to get us back in the game, but JK, we lost our Nykthos. Apparently I should have played it. Sucks to be me. I believe I have no outs now. Yeah, we're going to have tighter play going forward. Sideboarding these ratchet bombs, this entrancing melody. Probably it. Could probably bring in the null. Hmm. Alright, let's focus and actually play this game well. I really don't think having a 2-2 Trickster in play would have affected that, but I don't think I want counter spells. Maybe I want this card. This card's like really good. Okay, I think this is a keep. I actually don't think that's a keep. Which, with that not being a keep, is frightening. Feels like it has to be a keep. Right on time. Guess I'm just go ahead and slam this. Hoping just some entrancing melodies can steal a knight since we can actually pump a knight. I don't really want either of those. Alright. Anything to slim or stem the bleeding. None of the cards in my hand matter, so that's good for us. An attempt to block. Womp womp. They can still buy that back. Probably the best thing we can possibly draw. Pretty happily take our 2 cards here. They'll get their friend back. Ugh. That one hurt. I don't think I can take it all. I think I have to do this and then reevaluate. Probably block the Scrap Heap Scrounger no matter what. Oh no. Guess I block here and make them sack their thing. Take 1 more damage this way, but at least they're going to kill their Scrap Heap Scrounger and I don't have to deal with either of those 2 on the following turn. Because there's no way they're not going to kill Gaddock. It's too powerful in play. But we better be drawing something nice. Another Trickster maybe. Probably deciding whether we're going to draw a card. Oh wow. Did they not kill my thing? They didn't kill my thing. Guess it doesn't matter. So what can we do here? If I play you, activate you for 5, spend 4 of the 5 on this, leaves me with 1, spending 2 to cycle. So I don't have enough mana for it all. Let me double count that again. Play you, spend these 3 to gain 5, spend 4 of the 5 on the castle, leaves me with 3, cycle 1, but we have no 1-drops in our deck, so guess we just do this up front then. Nice. Nice. Can we attack? I think we can attack. Hey, who cares what it is, friendo? Nice. Nice. Blue White Control is awesome, that's for sure. Very, very, very nice. I've been playing it quite a bit on ladder, but it's a bit interesting on ladder because all of the matches take so long. So I don't get enough mana to do anything else, right? We get 5, spend 4 of it. Yeah, we only have 1 left over. Tap you. And when it comes into play, tap you. Let's see what they do with the rest of their turn. So I guess I need to use you now during my upkeep. I guess I need to leave one back now, right? Because this will tap one and it bounces it to their hand. Not a big fan of that. I'm supposed to just attack now. Fortunately, no matter what, they get to attack this turn. So now to get this thing back, I could have blocked. Maybe I'm supposed to block. Guess it's just correct to do this again. Definitely, uh-oh. Definitely on the edge of our seat here. And that card does nothing, right? Well, if I attack, I'm dead now, so I guess I can't attack anymore. They'll make me discard my one card. We about made a comeback there. So I still have 3 creatures and I'll be at 1 life. Don't think we can do anything. Because they should buy back the thing before the rankle goes off. They should buy back Blood-Soaked Champion, kill this, and then buy this back again. Or do something, probably. So we don't really have an out anymore. We're going to have to take a blank draw step and hope to hit into hit. We basically have to hit Gaddy Teak here. And draw 2 cards and hit something else good. Another land doesn't do it. Womp womp. We keep. Hey there. Weirdest Merfolk deck ever. Pirate versus Wizard Hat. That makes me think of a very bad joke that I will not repeat on stream. Depends on your definition of good, my friend. Some people think it's good. I personally think that anything that isn't Underworld Breach or isn't I think anything that isn't Underworld Breach or isn't anything or isn't blue-black inverter control is not. I don't want to say not competitive, but it feels to me like those 2 decks are just playing a different format. Now that being said, just that they still have bad matches. Like you're not going to beat everything with them. But anytime I'm playing one of those 2 decks, I just feel like I'm doing something ostensibly more broken. I think I used that word properly. Ostensibly more broken than anything else that any of my opponents are trying. Yes, if they're playing Teferi, I go ahead and play this. Because now if they bounce, I get to kill Teferi with the leftover. If they don't bounce, I get to kill Teferi. But yeah, like a lot of people that are very good, like Yama Killer and Dave Murphy, or Dave C is his stream name, like a lot of those people are very high on the Heliod combo. I'm pretty new to Pioneer myself, so I can easily be wrong. But with 5 copies of Inverter top 8ing the Japanese Pro Tour, I'm going to guess that I'm not. Don't actually know what my opponent's playing. The Mutavault's confusing me. I assume they're just on blue-white control. Which means I'm going to cast these spells into their thing. And I'm not going to worry too much if my stuff doesn't resolve. Let's start with this. I definitely don't want any of those. That's a good question. Could take the Inverter of Truth and try to set up a combo later. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Inverter of Truth. Mono red is viable. I think it's probably tier 2. It's fast enough to beat the decks that I was just talking about, but like I said, I personally, and this is a bias, possibly incorrect opinion, but I personally just think those other two decks are doing something just far, far more broken. Mystical Dispute main deck. Well, that is not something I expected. How many counter spells could they have? Do I just slam Inverter here and then try to resolve that other Fossils Oracle? I do have quite a few turns. Could just win. Yeah, I'm just going to try to win. I have 4 turns. This could be wrong. Like, maybe I just respect blue-white far too or far more than I should, and I'm trying to force something that can't be forced. Well, the fact that they're probably going to bounce the Inventor makes this a lot more reasonable. Yeah, well, I'm going to start with an attack. Probably going to cycle. And then just cast Inverter if I draw it. Or sorry, just cast Oracle if I draw it. So if I cast Oracle here and they counterspell it, they have to have a counterspell for the Inverter, or I just get to do it all over again. And the reason that I wanted to try to draw a card and force it this turn specifically is I don't want to let them have a turn to take off to try to draw Dig Through Time. Or to try to resolve a Dig Through Time even. Alright, well that worked out. I definitely want to Dispel. I definitely want all of the disputes. Definitely want the False Seizes, and I probably want the Unmordigo. I don't know if ley lines are good in this match, since they just have to Fairy and can bounce them regardless, but they're probably still good enough. Probably still good enough, right? Probably still good enough. 27 lands. Probably take one out on the draw for sure. I think the lower to the ground version's better because the lower to the ground versions can sometimes just get past the faster decks. Also think it's slightly better versus the mono white deck because Goblin Chain Whirler and Torbrand are just insane. If the format was a little bit different, then maybe I would want to go back to the Rabble Masters, but honestly don't think the format's at a spot that I want to be Rabble Mastering. I just want to take out the Harbinger of Tides. These ley lines. That doesn't feel good. These ley lines feel like a card I want. Just feels like any game that I start with leyline in play that I'm already. Oh wait, I want this thing too. Yeah, okay. I trust myself. I think Nykthos is probably worse than Temple then if I'm taking out that much devotion. I believe this hand's. Oh, I didn't mean to bring in the Unmordigo. I must have misclicked and brought in the Unmordigo when I was trying to bring in that Jace. Tilt. That's on me though. We're definitely going to take the Teferi. Actually, wonder if I'm going to Unmordigo that Fossas then. Stop an opponent's turn. Let's go ahead and play this main phase then. So maybe I'll just cast Supreme Verdict with Unmordigo. Oh, they can actually just beat me in a race then. Especially now that they have Castle Ardenville. Yeah, well, we're going to try to cast some stuff over the next couple turns. See what happens. You do like your gates, that's for sure. So we're going to Petty Theft that. And then we're going to try to cast this, which helps our devotion. So now we have 6 mana for the following turn. Assuming they don't change anything. And it's actually 7 mana, I can't math, but... Not super pleased about that. I am pretty pleased about that. Ooh. Alright, so... Hey, Blade Ogre, thank you for the 29th month. Maybe I'm supposed to just play this. Like, we're in really bad shape here. They have us on a 2-turn clock that we can't super interact with. I think I'm supposed to just play this. So we have a 50% chance to draw that Fault Seas, which would be brilliant. If we can't draw the Fault Seas, we can cast the Unmoored Ego. And then probably die. Probably having to cast Jace next turn no matter what, correct? And they do have only 2 cards. Alright, well, that is what I refer to as best case scenario. Oh, they have 2 different counter spells. So I guess we're going to take the Fossa, and then we're going to Unmoored Ego the other. They should not counter this, I don't think. Because they get to draw a card. And they have a lot of things that let them win. Not just... it doesn't just have to be another counter spell. Do want to look at how they sideboarded so we have an idea. Like, a Teferi lets them win, a Gideon lets them win. Any of these counter spells let them win. Basically, they have to hit land, or like land Brazen Borrower. No, Brazen Borrower kills me too. So they have to hit like land, or like Land Supreme Verdict, or we don't have a lot of hits. Wait, why'd they get to draw another card? Oh, they had the Ardenvale, never mind. So they hit a dig 3 times and the game's over? Okay, they did not hit the dig 3 times, so the game's not over. They played the land they already had. We can beat a Brazen Borrower now. Alright, well, they hit another counter spell, we're dead. Alright, let's get this Unmoored Ego actually out of my deck. We never meant to put it in our deck. Whoopsie. I really want these ley lines. They just seem so bad in the face of Jace, though. Maybe the ley lines are just bad. Maybe we're just trying to attack. I think we're just trying to attack. We were really far behind that game, which is why we tried to force it. I think this is a keep. Normally I'm a big proponent of never forcing, but A pretty good hand this game. That changes every play I want to make. Probably not going to change it much. I'm probably still just slamming Brazen Borrower. They counterspell it, they counterspell it. They don't counterspell it, it's really awesome for us though. I assume they'll counterspell it. Feels like it's hard for them not to counterspell it. Like, I'm playing this into Sensor and everything. Sure. Got a few goodies in our graveyard there. We might have the Detention Spear, that's fine. We have the Borrower that is the brazenest. Guarantee you get this back and then they just resolve it. I guess we wait and attack. I think I'm still going to play this though. Because I definitely want more lands. Try to petty theft this. I assume it gets counterspelled. If it doesn't get counterspelled, I get to draw a card, which is awesome. We can fight for it on the way back down. There's about no way this doesn't get counterspelled, right? So we play this for just one? I think so. I think we do something like this. I think we petty theft that. Feels like they don't have anything. I guess we should attack first. Now here's the question. If 7 mana in our mana pool, do we draw 2 cards and leave up a counterspell? I think I'm just going to pass, actually. I can cast so many things on their turn if we pass. Like, we have this counterspell, which is really nice. We have... So we can, like, Brazen Borrower, Merfolk Trickster, and counterspell. Well, they tapped all their mana, so they're just dead. So do we have a wizard? You're a wizard, so... Goodbye. guess I want to save that, right? We'll draw 8 cards. Is it bad that I want to play this Nykthos? So even if they win the Counterspell War now, next turn, we still get to put 4 power in play. We still have a Jace. Alright, well, opponent says there's no way to win. Yonder, merfolk. Hey, we've only got, 12 merfolk. This is a fairy rogue, and this is a human wizard. This is a wizard, this is a wizard, this is a wizard. We have more wizards than we do merfolks, friend. This is an Eldruzi. It's a wizard tribal. We comboed somebody. We comboed them game 1. It's really hard to combo blue-white game 2, so. Yeah, this hand's a keep. So this is what happens to me when I play the Heliod deck. I feel like I'm just playing a super mediocre, well, yes, please. I feel like I'm just playing a super mediocre beatdown deck every time I play it. Opponent, what do you do? I don't know what leaves a stomping ground. Maybe it's just Niv Mizzet stuff. I'm playing Fossil's Oracle next turn regardless. Actually, if it's Niv Mizzet, I don't want to play Fossil's Oracle, so I'm just going to cast this like an idiot and pass. That's right, I said like an idiot and pass, because I did it again. But if this is the Niv Mizzet deck, I really actively want both kill conditions in my hand for when I converter. Okay. So this is some deck I don't care about at all. That's even better for me then. This is some deck I just don't care about. Guess they could have counter spells. They didn't shock. Okay, they didn't shock. Oh, wait a second here, friends. I can't play that. I'll lose. I have to play this. You guys about to let me kill myself. How dare you? You guys about to let me kill myself. What is this? This is a possibility storm. Am I dead? Whenever a player casts a spell from their hand, that player exiles it, then exile cards from the top of their library until they exile a card that shares the same card type with it. That player may cast that card without paying its mana cost. So basically, you're telling me that I'm just going to play this, and it's going to exile it. Now I get to play this. It's got to be the same. So what happens if I play this then? I just get another one of these? I think I read this card wrong. Oh, never mind. I didn't. I'm probably dead this turn then. Don't actually know what goes on here. Oh, well, we have 2 Inverter of Truths in our hand. That's not good for us, since we apparently have to hit one of those. And by not good for us, I mean I was just trying to increase my devotion, because next turn I'm just going to try to bounce the Possibility Storm and then combo. Like, oh wait, that doesn't work, does it? So I can't ever bounce this, can I? I don't have that many instants in my deck. Huh. I really know what's going on. I guess I'm supposed to play stuff on my turn. Is that right? I really don't know what's going on here. Nope, the only instance I have in my deck are 2 Wizard's Retorts. So that means I can Brazen Borrower and guaranteed hit a Wizard's Retort. So if they do cast anything that's going to crush me, I get a Wizard's Retort. It doesn't guarantee get me an Oracle, right? It's going to give me a card at random, isn't it? It's not the same casting cost. Interesting. Is it the same casting cost? Maybe I misread it and I need to read it again. No, it's not the same casting cost. They just hit a 1 for about $1 million. So we want to cast a Petty Theft on this. I guess we want to tap that. Do they have a second one? That would suck. Okay, they do not have a second one. So you get a euro. It didn't escape, so it dies. But they do get to draw a card. They get a walking ballista that also dies. So now I'm supposed to play this. And now I play this. I don't know why I'm flashing, it doesn't matter. I mean, it seems pretty cool. That's a good hit. So Euro lets them draw a card, but the card could be nothing, so I guess we don't care. I guess it gives them a Brazen Borrower. They can play either side of the Brazen Borrower. So they're wanting to bounce my Jace. I can counterspell that. Do I care enough to counterspell this Jace? I don't think I do. I don't think that Jace does anything. We just next turn go get another Jace, right? Well, this turn go get another Jace. I think it's too important to save our Wizard's Retort to make sure we don't die on the spot. It took us a little while to figure this deck out, but... Well, they usually only have one copy? Didn't know that, but that's good to know. It's still better to save our counterspell for something that matters. Because I don't think the Brazen Borrower matters. It literally can't even block. So we just basically want to get anything we can cast. We could actually just win next turn if we want. They're tapped out. So we stack these two, that on top of our library, then that on top of our library. And then we Inventor, and it'll hit this Inventor guaranteed. And then we just uptick this Jace, right? Think we were going to win either way. But, I think this definitely just makes it simpler. Oh no, we don't win either way. Or, I mean, we win either way, but we don't want to make that play. Yeah, that was just stupid of me. Yeah, that was just stupid of me. We have a giant graveyard. That doesn't win. I'm a silly Billy. You just sit back here and watch them not be able to do anything. We have a hard counter spell that guaranteed hits at minimum a petty theft, right? Right, that game's weird. I don't want to play. So I probably need a null versus them. Or maybe I need to not have counter spells. Maybe I'd rather have Unmoored Ego. Calling Possibility Storm seems pretty lit. The null's too narrow. I don't know, we saw Heart of Kieran. That still has to just be too narrow, right? I think we can beat them a fairly fair way. Just Teamer monsters. This hand doesn't seem good enough. We have nothing speedy and we have no real interaction. Starting the game on the draw on turn 3 seems bad. Yeah, this hand's fine though. How many 1/1s they have in their deck? If they play this, is it correct just to kill this, or the Brazen Borrower, or this, I mean? They have enough 1/1s for the 5/5 to matter? I don't know. Guess what they do? We find out with our other Brazen Borrower. Can't see this. I can't really look at it in the middle of a stream. Oh, I saw episode 1 of that show. It's pretty good. Seems like a bit of a wasteful counterspell. Maybe they have so many counter spells, it's fine. Kind of just want both of these. Can't have them both though, so I'm going to take just the borrower. Because flying. Technical stuff there, because flying. I'll play this guy. Doesn't really do anything here, but hopefully increase my mana pool. I'm not willing to try to save this in any manner. Like, say they just shocked it, I would never ever gust or anything to try to save it. Basically, just want to get these Brazen Borrowers online. Hey Josh, what's up my friend? It's been a long time, pal. They hit another land? Unlucky. Big Daddy Sir Attack-a-Lot's coming on down. Still doing, like giving shots and taking bloods and stuff. I think that's called phlebotomy. Still doing that type of work. It might not be what it's called. I just think that's what it's called. Maybe I'm being clever and think it's called something it's not. Ooh! Happy little friend. What a happy little friend. They played another land? Wow. Our opponent is the luckiest. Awesome! I know something. The blue payoff? Gaddy. 3 mana and X 3/3. X is draw a card, and whenever you play a blue spell, tap a non-land permanent target opponent controls. I'm just going to play this first, see if we can get a counter spell out of them. Then I'm pretty happy just to draw 2 cards here. Assuming this resolves. Which it feels like they had something. Oh, JK, they don't have anything. Whenever I cast a blue spell, you say. I have a bunch of blue spells in my hand. But that's for next turn. It is a devotion deck. That's why we got a Nykthos. See, we just got to make, last turn, we got to make 7 mana of that Nykthos. Which is what let us play a Brazen Borrower and a 5-drop. We got to play 8 mana. Alright. So far, we've had 2 relatively easy wins. Though, obviously, that opponent drew very poorly, and so did our blue-white opponent. And we lost a fairly close match where I clearly misplayed Game 1, and probably should have even mulliganed Game 1. Yeah, this is a new Pioneer format. It's got some pretty cool cards. I think I forget the exact how far it goes back. Might be Ravnica. I don't actually know, but it's got a lot of awesome cards in it, and it's not as powerful as Modern, so there's a little bit more play to it. Though obviously we're playing a deck today that's trying its best not to interact. RTR, alright, Sean's got us. I think this hand's good enough on the play only because Gadwig is a 3-3. If Gadwig wasn't just a 3-3 on its own, I do not think this hand would have been good enough. Probably going to want to cycle that this game. Incoming Super Regret. Oh no, this isn't standard at all. Oh, we got Eldrazi, man. No Standardino. Man, I understand that. Page 3 didn't even doesn't even have events anymore, as far as I can tell. Alright, so we're in the mood to try to make them spend their mana. If not, we're just going to put a 3-3 down and then untap and have Wizard's Retort. Don't know what we do if they have Sillaway, though. I'm pretty sure that I never, in a million years, try to save that. Oh no, I might actually save that. This is kind of interesting. There's a good chance I can resolve that this turn if I want, but seems like it's probably better to wait till the end of their turn. Stop on my turn. Try to counterspell that. Hope that there's no mystical dispute. I'm not sure what they can have here. Like, I'm sure there's something, but I gotta be honest, I don't know what it is, so I'm just gonna go for it. JK, there was nothing. Alright, Leyline of Anticipation, you are lit, my friend. Let's go ahead and remove this before we forget. Instant speed planeswalkers are good. Who knew? Who knew that your instant speed planeswalker was a good Magic card? Caught me by surprise. The Pioneer definitely looks lit. I've been having quite a bit of fun trying to learn it. Wish I knew how to sideboard it a bit better. So they took the bait that game, and we We reeled them on in. Unfortunately, we do not have a ley line this game, so things are going to be much harder. Definitely want that, but not right now. Yeah, they certainly banned a lot of things. Probably for the best as well. Wow, they had 3 ops. That's pretty good. I'm not F6ing because I'm trying to feign a mystical dispute so that they don't bother to cast Lil Teferi this turn. I really don't want them to play Lil Teferi. Want want. They said they'll do what they want. We do have 4 disputes in this deck. We need a blue source to even double spell. That's kind of atrocious. If I Brazen Bar over this, it makes them spend their mana, I guess. That doesn't seem like a good enough reason to do it. Feel like this game is a loss, my fine friends. I will be what they call in the business quite shocked if we pull this one off. But they didn't get a white source, so at least they can't block this. This resolves. I'm going to put most things on the bottom. I have no idea, Blade Ogre. I have no idea Moto prices right now. I'm pretty sure we can pick our cards up at this point. But since we have the combo in our deck, we'll play on like truckers. If I didn't have the combo in my deck, I would 100% concede. So I think we'll be throwing a Hail Mary soon and just trying to find the combo. Because I honestly just think we're at 0 outs. They cast Dig through time, I'll concede. Pretty sure I can concede anyway, but let's just say hypothetically every counter spell under deck's on the bottom at this point. You'd think maybe we could combo. But I'm really just thinking about how to sideboard for game 2. Card had to be best played else other ways, right? I guess next turn we're going to have to try to bounce that with one of the petty thefts. Maybe we'll hit a Nykthos and be able to add more to the board while we do it. Opponent's feeling confident now they're attacking. Sure. Double Spell Queller. Alright. So I want all of these cards. I clearly can't have all of these cards. So what's the least useful ones then? Whatever. I'm gonna go with what we had. Almost. This hand looks so bad. I don't think we can keep a no plays before turn 3. Alright, we can keep this. I'm pretty sure this Leyline of Anticipation is actually bad in this match. Because of little Teferi's just going to bounce it. Take care, McCarty. Have a good evening. Alright, well, we really need to draw lands. That's not a land, so that's probably we lose. Can't afford not to draw a land next turn, so... Not a lot, Raccoon, just not drawing lands, having some fun, the usual. I'm pretty confident that I'm supposed to board this card out. Like, I'm really confident that I'm supposed to board that card out. A lot of things ruined this at this point. I would concede, except for the combo. Obviously, we're just going to lose, but we have no outs here, but we're going to try just to play Inverter, Jason win. Like, 1 in a million games they've not drawn a counterspell. It's very unlikely, but I honestly just don't think I can win any other way. So, land please. So we can at least try it. Alright, so we can't even try it because we can't draw the land. That's even funner, right? Like, we know we can't win, but it'd been nice to get a chance to. Little Teferi seems insanely good versus this deck. That's a problem, because there's a lot of blue-white out there. Alright, we're done here. They bricked off our next draw step with an Azorius Charm, so we'll move into the next round. Currently 2-2. We beat Blue White once, but like I said when we beat it, I felt like we were getting pretty lucky. I do think I'm sideboarding wrong though. I'm extremely confident leaving these ley lines in is just super bad. I think I'm supposed to leave all of the Harbingers and stuff in and just do my best to apply pressure. It was one of the best ways to beat a turn 3 Teferis, have a creature on turn 2, and then me cast a creature with it on the stack. That sounds good enough, I guess. It doesn't seem very good, but I really want to cycle this Fetid Pools, but considering both of our other lands will come into play tapped, I think that's a bit too much. Red deck should be an okay match. So we need to survive 2 more turns. We need this Harbinger to die and go to our graveyard, and if the Harbinger dies, then we'll be able to Jace. I'll probably cast the Thassa's Oracle here as well. But I'm not going to let them kill them both in the same combat. So. I just don't want any of those cards, do I? Guess if I gotta keep one, I'd rather keep this one. I guess I should keep a second kill condition. So we definitely want our Hardbringer to go to the graveyard in that spot. fine. So that's 6 life. Don't care if this dies. We have no removal or anything in our sideboard. So post-board games will be a little difficult. I mean, obviously we have the gusts, the melodies, and the ratchet bombs, but it doesn't feel like a lot. So 2 cards go back to our thingy. We block. Untap. Play Fossil's Oracle and win. Yeah, they're tapped out. We'll just play this one, it's quicker. Alright. So we want Effergus, Trancing Melodies, we want Ratchet Bombs. I think one could even argue that the spell's good enough. I don't know that the spell is good enough, but I think you can certainly argue that it is. We get rid of one to come into play tap lands. I'm probably not actually bringing the Dispel in. I'm probably not bringing. I'm probably gonna take out these 2 Wizard's Retorts and like 1 Gaddock, 1 Fossil's Oracle. I think we're a little too slow on the draw for the Wizard's Retort. Maybe the Temple's just better than the Nykthos. Between the Tricksters and Harbinger of Tides, hopefully this goes well. But we're certainly a little bit slow on the draw. I think this is a keep. So the Leyline superpower this Harbinger, which is okay. Four mana seems slow. So kind of sucks, but we're gonna put the Gaddock and the Harbinger both in front of the Eidolon, presumably. They don't want to play no more. Yeah. Well, the blue-white match was pretty rough, and I think I punted versus mono black, though I do think the aggro matches are a little rough. I think this deck kind of wants to play versus other inverter decks a fair amount. But overall, it's doing a pretty powerful thing when we have delay line. It does not feel like we're doing that powerful of a thing when we don't have delay line. Yep, the inverter combo is pretty good, Raccoon. If you've not read it, just inverter plus Foss's Oracle or Jace can win. But it's a pretty fun deck. I definitely don't think it's as good as just inverter, but it might have a few different matchups, so like it might be better in certain metas. And the fact that there's no 1-drops in the main deck and only 2 in the, or 4 in the entire 75, but like only 2 that you'd cast on turn 1 in the entire 75. That it seems at least interesting. The game that we lost was 2-1, and we beat that deck once. And I definitely should have mulliganed again in game 1 of this round, and I punted this round. Or like made a play mistake. But the deck's stronger than I thought it was, though I still, just starting on turn 2 is a massive drawback for me. 6 coming to play tap lands is a pretty massive drawback for me too. I don't know if I'd ever want to play this many again. Like in the inverter deck, I'm literally playing 3, 4 if you count the Choked Estuary, and I'm already getting annoyed about that, but I guess this deck does have a significant amount of more 1-drops. This list is based on MJ's list. It's not his 75, so if you want his 75, I'd definitely go copy him. He's much better than me. But yeah, it was pretty fun. Anyway, thank you, by the way, for following me, Publier and Sky Ketchup. I'm sorry that I missed the follows. I'm not very attentive to the other screen. I don't have alerts because even though I have streamed 944 days in a row, I am not particularly good at this streaming thing. So I believe I'm going to host Number Squats. There's a good chance that they're playing for the trophy lead. They're probably memeing with Neoform, but they're a hardcore grinder. They're exceptionally good, and they don't get nearly enough love. Also, if you're into Limited, I highly suggest going to watch Echo 5 Bravo 0. And obviously Zanzaid's still on too, but I would rather host another smaller streamer. So anyway, take care everybody, and thank you so much for coming by. And there'll be a oops, need to mute that. There'll be a blue-green infect deck or list going up on my YouTube later tonight, which there's a link below the stream if you care. Anyway, take care everybody, and thanks for coming by.